What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Dr. Hammerstein, and today we finally got the latest flagship phone here in 2024, and this is of course the iPhone 16 Pro Max. This is the one of the biggest flagships in 2024, and in today's video what we're going to do is of course go through the main key specs and features before you make your purchase decision. So yes, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Alright, so here in Malaysia, the 16 Pro Max does start off at 6,000 ringgit, which would place it at about the $1,400 mark. And of course, like with the many previous models, it does come in a very simple, small, tiny box over here. You're not going to get any charges. So right off the box, what we get is of course the phone, which I already have unboxed it, but I just want to show you guys what we'll have. And of course, we do have the USB-C cable, which is something they have introduced last year with the iPhone 15 series. We also have the SIM ejector 2 and some nice braided cable here for the USB-C. There isn't any upgrade in terms of the charging speed here, as you would expect when it comes to Apple here. That is a bit of a bummer because they're still stuck at 27 watts, which is of course very slow in today's standard. But here is the phone. So this is how it looks like. Again, this is very similar to many other phone models before. And yes, although I already have set up this phone, I just like to go through that again to just peel off the phone, and this is how it looks like. So let me just go on to the next segment here, which we want to talk about is the build and design. Okay, so what I have in my hand here, the color in terms of it, is the Desert Titanium, and I think this is a very nice unisex color. So in case for you males out there or the females, I think this is a very nice slick color, very fresh I would say, and it does have a very nice finish to it. And of course, in terms of the build material here, it's very similar to last year's iPhone 15 model. We have the Corning Gorilla Glass on the back here, and we also have the latest Ceramic Shield 2024 edition on the front. And also, like last year's model, we have titanium grade 5 all around this phone. So it does give a very nice premium matte finish over here, very exclusive I would say, and it does give you a very cool premium look. And in terms of the grip size, it's very similar to last year's 15 Pro Max. So all in all, it does look and feel really good, very heavy I would say. And in terms of the durability here, we do have an IP68 rating, so it is dust and water resistant. Okay, so next up here, we'll talk about the display in detail. So like I mentioned, it does come in with a nice 6.9-inch display over here. And in terms of the panel here, we do have your Super Retina XDR OLED display, LTPO, as you would expect to save on the battery, 120 Hz in terms of maxing out in terms of the smoothness, HDR10 support, Dolby Vision, and a peak brightness of 2,000 nits. And of course, it does have your always on display. And I got to say, this is the first thing you will notice when it came to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. The larger display does make a lot of difference compared to last year's 15 model. And now let's talk about the internal specs on this phone right here. So here with the iPhone 16 series, we have the latest Apple A18 Pro chipset, which is a 3nm processor. That's of course really tiny, and of course it does have your 8 gigs RAM, Apple GPU, 6-core graphics, and of course a storage starting with 256, which of course you can max out at 1 terabyte. So that's of course really fast, and as you would expect with many of the iPhone models, it is very fast, very fluid, one of the best when it comes to smartphones. And yes, it feels very nice when it comes to the multitasking feature as well. And of course, if you want to go through your apps and all that, it does work really nice. As you can see here, there's not a lot of refreshes when it comes to iPhones, so that is one thing I do admire about this company. And also one more thing to note is that this phone here in terms of battery does have a bigger battery over here, a 4685 battery, which is almost reaching the 5000 mark. And of course, in terms of charging, it does support your 25 watt USB-C charging, and also it does support your MagSafe, as you would expect as well when it comes to the iPhone 16 series. And of course, when it comes to the software side of things, it does come with iOS 18, which is really interesting because they do give you a lot of cool customizable features Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see a full video of all the iOS 18 features. But of course, one of the main thing is of course the fact that you can actually just move your apps wherever you want to be. You don't really have to like just place it and follow it in the toggle here. So in case if you have a lot of empty spaces, you can actually kind of just put it wherever you want. So like just say if I want to put it here, you can do so now with the iOS 18. Of course, there are a lot of other features. Let me know in the comments if you guys want a full video on this. And of course, one of the main feature here with the iPhone models is of course the cameras, which they have upgraded, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But in terms of the sensors over here, the selfie department, we do have a nice 12 megapixel f1.9 sensor with dual autofocus and OIS. And of course, you can record up to 4K at 60 FPS. Of course, if you just switch it on to the rear cameras over here, we do have a 48 megapixel f1.8 sensor with of course your dual autofocus and then sensor shift OIS, a 12 megapixel f2.8 sensor for your telephoto lens, which can go up to 5 times of optical zoom, and we also have to have the 48 megapixel ultra wide lens f2.2 with your of course your dual autofocus, and we do have your TOF 3D LiDAR scanner as you would expect. And of course, this phone here, very interestingly, doesn't do 8K, but it does do 4K at 120 FPS. That would be really, really cool. And of course, damaging to your memory banks inside here. And of course, one of the main things when it comes to the cameras here is of course when it goes to the camera, dedicated camera button over here. So as you can see, they do have a 3D touch. So if you just gently go over it, you can have the option to go to this. And you can change the distance on this, and you can go up to 5 times if you guys want to give you that nice clarity. I think this is very, very helpful when you're going to do your video recording here. So just say if you want to record something and then you want to go in a little bit deeper, what you can do is just slightly go through it, and it transitions very, very smoothly so far, I've seen here. And yeah, you can go in as much as you want, and then you can go back here. It would be really cool if they could actually change it in terms of the settings here. So just in case if you guys want to go to like maybe cinematic, photo, video, or whatsoever, you can change it with this. So far, it's only able to just change the distance here. It would be also really cool if they could actually change the bokeh effect when it comes to their phones. But overall, because as you would expect, the camera does give you all the settings that you need as you would expect from the previous models. Alright guys, so that is it with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this phone, and if you guys have any questions or you guys want to share your experiences, do so in the comment section down below and I'll check it out. If you guys enjoyed this video, do click the like and smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.